friends. Welcome to the Bridgerland Amateur Radio Club meeting.
Larry Jacobs is on.
All right, everyone. Hopefully you're hearing us. We got 5 minutes before club meeting's going to start. So hang tight. Is it, can you guys see it? Is it on? I've muted. Oh, hold on. Hello, everyone. Kevin Reeve and 7RXE getting ready for our club meeting live stream. Thank you for joining us. We'll be going live at top of the hour. For now, make sure you say hi in the chat. In order to use the chat, you'll need to log in, and you can use your Google Gmail account to log in there. Also, if you would like to get your name on the roll for officially attending club meeting for the drawing for prizes, make sure you text. You see the screen in the upper right hand corner. Text 435 261 2272 with your name and call sign. Okay, we'll leave that up for a little bit, but that's a way that you can make sure that you are uh, watching or accounted for attending club meeting. Hello, everyone. If you just joined us, welcome. We'll start at top of the hour for the Bridgerland Amateur Radio Club meeting on direction finding COVID-19 safe. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and we're excited you're here. Catch you in a minute. And again, let us know that you're here by saying something in the chat. And I see a lot of people. It looks like let's say hi to Richard Ulrich. Yeah, he's the direction finding master. There's Lori. Hello, Randy Harper, Don Harper, Mitch Smith, Ted MacArthur, Sam Cyril, Kevin Reeve. Hey, that's me. Tyler Griffiths, Bob. I guess that's Bob Wood. Larry Jacobs from Lehigh. Thanks for joining, Larry. Brian O'Quinn. Don, oh, again, Larry Jacobs. And Larry's, if you look at chat, he's got some info about an upcoming transmitter hunt. Okay, so give us another minute. Again, if you'd like to be entered into the BARC official roll, text 435 261 2272. And we will begin in about a minute. Okay, we'll give it another minute, and thanks for joining. Okay, you guys ready? Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is N7RXE. I'm Kevin Reeve. I'm the treasurer of the Bridgerland Amateur Radio Club, and we've got a great virtual COVID-19 safe activity for you today. A little bit of training, and then an opportunity to do something with those who you're shacked up with, right? To be COVID-19 safe. All right, well, let's bring in the other guys who are going to help us pull this club meeting off. We've got several of them. We're going to go first out to Paradise, Utah, and say hi to Ted MacArthur, AC7II, our club president. Hello, Ted.
Hi, how's it going? Here in my ham shack in Paradise, and this will be a great experiment, seeing how this works, and hopefully everybody can see and hear what's going on. Thanks, Kevin, for coming up with the software to bring in our feeds from the different locations and making this all work.
All right. Thanks, Ted. Good to see you. Yeah, we don't get to hang out anymore with this COVID-19. All right, we're going to come back to Logan, Utah, on the north end of the town. Mitch Smith, N7USU. Hello, Mitch.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's staying safe, staying healthy. We're just trying to do the same here at home. Hope this is a fun meeting today.
All right. Well, KI7ODK says, I like how Mitch set up his monitors there. So, all right. Nice. All right. And look at Shane Daniels up in Preston has joined us. And Lori Littledyke. Hello, Lori. And there's Richard Ulrich checking in. All right. Well, let's go now on the south end of the valley, not as south as Paradise, to say hello to Tyler Griffiths, N7UWX, our club vice president. Hello, Tyler.
Howdy, everybody. Just hanging out in the metropolis of River Heights, keeping safe and keeping well, playing around what we can with ham radio. So hope this works. You know how live demos go.
All right. Well, let's thanks everyone, and glad to have you on board again. If you're just joining us, make sure you say something in the chat to let us know you're here. If you have questions, we'll be able to take your questions via the chat window on YouTube Live, and we are recording this and it'll be available after the club meeting. One thing you'll want to note, if you go to the description area of the YouTube live stream and you click on show more, you will see links to resources for things that we're going to talk about and show you today. And feel free in the chat to share your own resources. If you have questions, you can ask there, and that will allow you to participate with us and know that things are still working. All right, well, let's get this started, and we'll head on over to Ted, and Ted can kick off the meeting. All right, Ted.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. And like we said, keep your distance. See this throughout the internet on amateur radio sites where it says, you know, keep your 2 meter distance, and we all know what frequency 2 meters at. Next, Tyler. Okay, the club officers are myself, Ted MacArthur, AC7I president, vice president Tyler Griffiths, N7UWX, secretary Tammy, N7YTO, treasurer is Kevin, N7RXE, and then we have board members Lori Littledyke, Richard Elwood, Chris Clement, and Jason Peterson, and then Dale Cox also, and Dale Cox is also our newsletter editor. Next, Tyler. Okay, we want everyone to know that we still are taking memberships. If you're interested, go to barkonline.org and you can click join, or if you've already been a member in the past, you just log in and there's a quick, easy way to renew. And if you want to be a new member, like I said, hit join and you will be taken to a place to sign up and get yourself a member. Remember, if you are a student of any type, from I guess preschool all the way up to graduate level, it costs nothing to become a member. And also we have several members that have taken the test with us, and we give free membership for anyone that takes a test with us and gets their technician license. Next, Tyler. Okay, as of right now, till further notice, we are not doing license exams. We're looking into ways that we might be able to help people out, but right now, we may have to wait until we get the clearance to have some public meetings. Next, Tyler. Okay, well, we had to cancel the general class, one-day ham class last month, but we're very hopeful that in November we will go back and be able to start up our technician one-day ham class, and there will be a test session after that. Next. Okay, as a little bit of brainstorming last night, we had canceled the Elmer night, but I can't remember who it was, Kevin or Tyler or somebody said, why don't we do an online webcast for Elmer night, so everybody can get on. If somebody has questions, we can hopefully answer them best we can. So that will be Tuesday, April 20th at 6:30 p.m. We will use the get there will be a
Got a little bit of audio problems there with Ted. Ted, you want to try again there? Can you hear me? All right, we'll come back. What Ted was saying, we're going to do a web conference for the Elmer night. So stay tuned, and we'll let the information out. You back with us, Ted? Why don't you say hi? See if we can hear you. All right, over to you, Tyler.
Okay, just like to remind everybody of our Aries SET coming up next Thursday. I think I had a brain fart and been telling everybody Wednesday, but it's April 16th, which is a Thursday. Beginning at 6:30 p.m. At 6:30, we're going to have a net with roll call. And then after we get done with roll call, we'll be this
Well, I think Tyler just froze on us. Ted, are you still? Can you hear us, Ted?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take over from here. So
just for their cities, there's their own station at their own home. So if you feel comfortable, you can go to your city, but otherwise, all the documents and instructions how to send everything is online at barconline.org/Aries. There's 4 or 5 documents you can read through if you're interested in participating, and we'll see you on the radio. Also coming up is the 7th Area QSO Party. Previous years we've had it up at the Club Shack, which is open for anybody to come, but this year we will be encouraging everybody to do it from home. You'll have to do it with your own call sign instead of the club call sign, unfortunately, because we'll be separated out. But we encourage everybody to go on and try to participate in this contest. It's always a fun one because people will be looking specifically for our area in this contest. So down at the bottom it says you can go to 7qp.org and you can find out all the instructions and all the rules, and it should be a good time. That 7QSO party is on May 2nd and 3rd. It is Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Sunday. So,
hey Tyler.
Yes, Ted.
Also, Jason is trying to think up a way if everybody turns in their results, have some sort of friendly club contest between club members also.
Yeah, that'd be good too. And summer activities are kind of winding down, I guess you could call it. Little Red has been canceled because of the COVID-19 virus. I kind of figured that one would happen, but it's too bad. And also the Ragnar Wasatch Back Relay, it has been canceled also so far. So keep tuned, and we'll try to keep everybody up to date on what activities will still be going on and what won't. Encourage everybody to still go in and get signed up for activities. You're better to be there than not, so that we can get them going when we can and if we can. Also, Field Day may be interesting too this year. Field Day is the 4th full weekend in June, which is the 27th and 28th. It is still up in the air what's going to happen with this. We might have to do individually on this one too, but we'll see. Right now we're kind of still planning on doing something, and hopefully we can do it like we have in the past, but where we can't gather in groups, that wouldn't work, but we'll see what happens. So keep your ears out for what's going to happen on Field Day. And our topic today is the bunny hunt. We're going to do the presentation virtual meeting where we're going to have some people demonstrate and talk about different methods to do bunny hunting. When the bunny will be hidden as soon as the club meeting is over, and the hunting area will be between 4th North Logan and Providence Lane and east of Main Street. Please don't bring your guns, at least keep them in your cars. And that's what this meeting's about, training for the hunt. So,
Tyler, Little Dyke had a question for you. If we must do this individually, do we need to sign up or register somewhere for the bunny hunt?
No. The only thing we're asking is everybody just kind of keep separate, and you can get out and do your direction finding as we can, and there's nothing to sign up. We have nowhere to sign up for it. So we have a couple of presenters today that will be doing this. Ted is going to be presenting on it a little bit, and Mitch will be presenting, and then Kevin will be talking up a little bit and then we'll do some another slideshow, a little slow slideshow on the frequency for the bunny hunt, some of the little rules and what to be looking for. So I think that's all I have. We'll go over to Mitch and let him get this thing started.
And you are live, Mitch.
All right, I had to make sure I was not on mute still. So they asked me to talk about how I used to find these foxes when we did it a few years ago, and I would use what they call the body shield method. It's a few notes here to look at. And with the body shield, if people don't know, you don't have to have any special antenna. I've got here just my regular rubber ducky on my handheld. But if you hold it against your body, you can rotate around. And if the signal cuts out, then that means the fox is behind you, or the bunny is behind you. That's really what it comes down to, is just blocking the signal. Sometimes you have to adjust your frequency off a little bit. If you go 5 or 10 megahertz off, or kilohertz off, excuse me, if you go off a little bit and try it again, sometimes that helps just to get off the main frequency, and just play with it that way. See if you can get it to, I guess, block the signal with your body. As long as you're just spinning around, sometimes you have to really rotate yourself around in order to make sure you're blocking it well enough. But that's a very helpful method. Another trick that I've done in the past is, I know I'm getting close, you can take the antenna off the radio, and if you're really close on top of it, you'll still be able to pick up the signal a lot of times. I don't know if anyone has any questions about the body shield method, but that's what I use a lot of times to find these.
If you have questions, be sure to put them in the chat, and we'll get to them. Even if down the road you think of one, we can throw it up on the screen through the chat, and we welcome all of those who are joining us. I'll just say something about Mitch. When we would do these balloon hunts, Mitch often was the first one to the payload of the balloon, and he used the body shield method. Our balloons had both a APRS beacon as well as a audible beacon, so we had two ways to track it, and he would use the body shield method to find those payloads out in the mountains or the desert or in a cornfield. We've landed a lot of different places. So the body shield method works, and I've used it.
It's pretty effective. That's all you got.
Okay, any questions for Mitch? All right, we're going to send.
Not seeing any. So.
Okay, well, if you come up with them later, let us know. Okay, well, let's go back over to Paradise and AC7II. I must say, Ted, that's an impressive real ham shack there you're in.
It's a little bit of a mess, but anyway, we have, in fact, just recently we've had to go do some transmitter hunts. We have people that like to jam our repeaters. About a month ago, we had some guys linking the BARC system to the Golden Spike system and to the inner tie, and tying up all those things. And we didn't get out soon enough to catch them, but because of some of these events, I've put together this little kit that I put in my car, just in a little Ziploc tote, and inside it I have a little handheld radio, and I use this alkaline battery pack so that I can keep it in my car. I just keep it in the trunk of my car, so I always have it. And I take them out normally and then just pop it together. And from Arrow Antennas, who makes the Arrow J-pole and a bunch of other antennas, they make this direction finding loop, and it's good from way down into it's a broadband loop. They say you can go from like 2 megahertz up to about 600 megahertz. They also make one that is designed especially for the UHF, but this one does good on VHF, and it works a little bit different, kind of than what you're going to see Kevin do with a Yagi. He's looking for the peak noise level. This will be more like Mitch's, that I'm looking for a null, but it does it in 2 directions. So it null if you're looking to the perpendicular side of this loop, it will null when you're pointed toward the source, but it also does there. So I don't know if it's behind me or in front of me. So I would be able to tell after I take one reading at one point, move to a new location, and take another reading at another point. And then I should be able to tell, okay, it's either this direction or the direction behind me, depending where those 2 vectors would cross. So I've turned on this little signal, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on my radio. And if you notice, as soon as I get perpendicular to this antenna right here, it disappears. And as I go a little bit further, it comes back. So I know it's right here. If I turn the radio all the way around, it does it again. And so I would take a map or just a visual and go, okay, it's along this plane. Maybe I'm up on a little rise and I see a building, or I look and say, oh, that's like center of Logan, or something. And then I'd go to another position, maybe 2 miles away, and get another vector. And then where those 2 cross, then I would start narrowing in on that and do the same thing. And so I'll
Well, it looks like I think everybody in Cache Valley is now waking up and checking the COVID-19 stats and watching videos. We're going to get a little bit of internet. We'll get back to Ted when he. Oh, there you are. Go ahead, Ted.
Can you get where did it? Where did I lose it?
You were just the last 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm not getting. Give it one more second to get a good connection. So it keeps dropping out. Haven't got video back yet. Okay, you hear me good enough now?
Yeah,
Kevin?
Got you solid.
Okay, do you have video too?
We got you.
All right. So I also have this, and this is called an offset attenuator. One of the problems is once you get close to your signal, it overloads the receiver. Like Mitch said, he took off his antenna because he's so close. It's just, no matter where he turns, it's always there. So I just take this off, put it on, and then put this on top of this. And then I can turn this on. Also, let me turn my radio 4 megahertz above the receiving frequency. So if I was at 145.000, I would go to 149.000, and that allows my radio to filter out the actual transmitter and only hear this, what it mixed with, and I can then turn down this attenuate to only hear it. I can make the signal really, really weak, and that means I could be within just a few feet of it, still get a null and figure out where it's at. Otherwise, you get within 20, 30 feet from it, and it may seem like it's just everywhere. So anyway, that's pretty much what I got. We'll go ahead and send it over to Kevin. Go ahead and take it, Kevin.
All right, thank you, Ted. That antenna loop looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna get one of those. That I'm impressed at how well that worked even in that short range. All right, Ted mentioned the offset attenuator. So here's the term of the day: attenuator. Do you know what attenuator means? If you look it up in the dictionary, it's like to weaken. So the whole idea for an attenuator is turn down the receive signal. When you get real close to the transmitter, sometimes it's hard to actually it's so loud that it doesn't matter where you point your antenna or turn your loop, you hear it. So it's kind of like turning in a resistor to the signal, so it's really weak the closer you get. The offset part of it helps with the front end overload, and what that means is you want to the radio may through the little antenna connector may be hearing the signal direct and not really coming through your antenna. So an offset attenuator takes that incoming frequency, as Ted said. So if the bunny was transmitting on 145, it will shift the frequency of that incoming signal and put it up to like 149, which is 4 megahertz higher, or 141, which is 4 megahertz lower. And what that does is it gives you a clean signal into the radio that's not coming in directly to the radio. It's bypassing the antenna and the attenuator. And I can tell you, when we did our first balloon flights, we built tape measure antennas, which I'm going to show you in a second. Well, actually, I'll show you now. An antenna like this you can build out of PVC pipe and a piece of coax and some tape measure elements. Get a Harbor Freight tape measure for a few bucks. You can build this antennas, and if you go to the description and you show on the YouTube and you do the show more, you'll see a link to everything that we've talked about here today, the attenuators, the loop, and also plans to build this antenna. You can really build this antenna for 15 bucks or less. The coax is your hardest part. And I've got a video I'm going to show you in a second about how we use it. Okay, but I had girls ages 11 to 16 build these antennas and then go out on a fox hunt, and without much training and giving them an offset attenuator that I've got here that just hooks on to the bottom, they were able to, on their first hunt for about an hour, they were all able to find that. Now I took them to a park, a big park, and the bunny was somewhere in the park, and then I had them head out. So they were close, but they were able to dial in and find that bunny. Most of them were pretty quickly with no training. So, and a good antenna and offset attenuator is a great way to go. Anyway, So you kind of understand what an offset attenuator does. Let me show you a little video I created this morning about direction finding technique using the tape measure antenna. So here's my setup for direction finding. Gonna show you this tape measure Yagi. It's basically PVC pipe, some hose clamps, and elements that are made out of a tape measure. You can get those for a few bucks at like Harbor Freight. All right, and the center one is the driven element. If I turn it over, you can see the coax is connected. It's got a little tuning loop there, just a piece of wire, certain length, that provides the match for the 50 ohms or close to it. Okay. Coming on down, I have an offset attenuator, and I'll explain that in a bit. You saw a similar one on Ted's loop that he had, so the antenna comes into that, and then I have it going to a amateur radio. I've even used a scanner for this part. The key is you just need to be able to tune in the frequency of the hidden transmitter. So now I've got my antenna and I'm ready to start direction finding. Now I don't have a transmitter to hunt this morning, but I'll kind of show you the basic idea. Since the antenna is probably horizontally or vertically polarized, I'll probably want my antenna like this, but I can use this direction as well to kind of help me zero in. Now for this first part, I'm not using the offset attenuator. So what I would do is I like to get to a high location, one that's a little bit, higher in elevation, and I live up on a hill a bit, so I can get to the edge of something and start sweeping. And I'll just start sweeping and listening for the signal. And I can also watch the signal strength meter on my radio if it has one. And I find that the analog radios have a really good, usually signal strength meter that's pretty accurate. So let's say I'm hearing it right there. Now one thing you'll note is usually because of the beam width, sometimes I'll hear it from like maybe clear over here to clear over here. Okay, so we know it's somewhere in here, and then what I'll do is I'll note on a map what direction that is, and before I just start heading in that direction, I'll try to go find another location that will help me triangulate in on the signal. So I want to go to a different location a little bit away so that I can try to triangulate and see where that thing is before I head straight in that direction. Let's say I'm getting close to where the transmitter is, and no matter where I swing, it is picking it up almost full strength, and that's a problem. So if I don't have an offset attenuator, which would help me in that case as I get closer, one thing I can do is tune my radio off frequency. So let's say the bunny was transmitting at 146.52, okay? I could turn the frequency of the radio off frequency a little bit, and that would help me attenuate this signal. In other words, I'm not exactly on frequency, but it might help me get to be able to home in, so I know, is it this way I need to go, or is it that way I need to go? Because if I go a couple hundred steps, that's going to be quite a difference. All right, I hope that gave you a little perspective on using a tape measure antenna. I think it's the cheapest and a good way to go if you're going to want to do some bunny hunts, and I know we'll do another one as long as we'll keep doing them now that spring's out. And it's a safe activity you can do with those in your household. Load up in the car and go out and do the bunny hunt, just staying away from people and following the guidelines of that. So I hope that helped. And again, if you've got any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. And what we'll do now is we will head back over. We're going to head back over to Tyler and have him show us some slides about how the bunny hunt's going to happen here. All right. Oh, I got to unmute you. Hold on.
Okay, just a quick few slides on how the bunny hunt will proceed today. So the frequency is in the 2-meter band. It's a 146, 465. The transmitter will transmit the beacon for 20 seconds, and then it'll shut off for 60 seconds. So, yeah. So it'll be on and off and on again, on off again. The bunny will be out until dark, or the battery goes dead. I hope it lasts quite a while. It's hard to tell on these things. The hunting area will be from 400 North in Logan, south to Providence Lane in Providence, and east of Main Street. And the bunny should be easily visible from the road, so you'll be able to identify it pretty quick. And when it's found, there's a text, there's numbers on the bunny. You can text one of them numbers that you found the bunny, and make sure you include your name and call sign. This isn't for the quickest. We're just encouraging people to get out and try it. So you can spend all day if you want to, start out later if you want to, it doesn't matter. And this is what the beacon sounds like if we can play it here. So it just sends out a little song, and then at the end of it, there's a CWID. So that like I said, that comes on for about 20 seconds, and then it'll not transmit for another about 60 seconds, and then it starts over again. So, so like I said, as soon as we get done with the meeting today, I'll go out and hide the bunny. It might take me a few minutes because you can't tell from the video, but I still got my jammies on, so I might need to get my clothes on to go out and hide this thing and get her set up. But probably a half hour or so after club meeting, we should be available to go looking for the bunny, and hopefully be on the air. We'll probably also be listening on the 146.72 repeater. So anybody that's having difficulties or needs maybe a little help, we'll see what we can do to help you out. So we'll be listening in, and I think that's all I got.
Okay, we're going to try to bring Ted back in here. We lost him for a second. Hold on. Let's see if we can bring him, connect him back in. I didn't realize he was gone. So, all right. Larry Jacobs asked a question if it was a Bionics transmitter, and it is. Did you showed a picture of it, right, Tyler?
Oh.
All right. There you go. That's what the bunny looks like. You'll be able to find. And as Tyler said, text one of those phone numbers on it when you find it, your name and call sign, and that you found it. Okay. Oh, doesn't look like we're bringing Ted back in. All right. Yeah, make sure you turn off your. Yeah, there you go, Tyler. Mitch says make sure you turn off your APRS beacon before you head out to hide it. Otherwise, we'll know where it is. And for those who are going to go looking for it too, right? You don't want to give it away. But anyway, all right. So as Tyler said, that transmitter frequency 146.465, that's the frequency for it. And so we want to write that down. And again, the bunny will be on all day. All right. Do any of our presenters have anything else that they would like to add? It's crickets.
Yeah.
Go out there and have some fun.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
all
who's
I've
going to
got.
beat Mitch to it? Well, it's not a race since the bunny's on all day, but text us and let us know when you find it. I'm looking forward to going out and seeing where it is. All right. Any questions from anyone? If you've got questions, put them in the chat. For those of you who joined us late, welcome. Throughout, we're going to have a bunny hunt here. Okay. And I'm going to pull something up just from Larry Jacobs, who's down in Lehigh. He's planning an 11 transmitter fox hunt in Utah County, trying to do it on Worldwide Fox Hunt Weekend 5-10, so May 10th. We'll see how the lockdown goes. May have to do it later. All right. All right. All right. Any questions anybody has? Lewis Rosenberry, any hints? Yeah, Tyler gave you hints. He gave you a geofence. 4th North to, what did you say? 4th North and Logan South to what, Tyler?
Providence Lane and east of Main Street.
Providence Lane, that's the one that goes up by Macy's in the movie theaters.
Yep.
And east of Main Street. Wow, that's a pretty small area. So anyway, all right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us and hanging in there with us as we tried technology to deliver a club meeting. We decided we wanted to do something, and we decided instead of a Zoom type meeting, we would try something that was easier for people to get in and watch and still be interactive. All right, from Bob, he says, be sure to update the correct date for Elmer Night. Yeah, the 20th is a Monday, so that means Elmer Night's a Tuesday, correct, Tyler? 21st then?
Yeah, Elmer Night would be on a Tuesday.
So Elmer Night will be the 21st, and we'll go ahead and send that out as we get closer and let you know how to join. That will be a web conference, so you'll be able to join in and ask questions if you need help programming your radio or just want to join in and say hi to people. That'll be more of a video audio interactive, and we'll get the word out that weekend before so you can be prepared for that. All right. Well, 1042 about the shortest club meeting I think we've had in a while. Carl Priest asked earlier if we were going to have, with the activities being canceled, would we continue to have club meetings a little longer than we normally do? And I'm guessing Carl's asking into the summer. We'll definitely have a May one, and I'm going to guess that'll be like this again. If you've got an idea for a topic, um, um, please let us know. Yeah, and Brian wants to know how we're handling COVID-19 refreshments. That's up to you through the drive-through of your favorite place.
I got some cheese snacks in my fridge, but they're for me.
Will you put up the frequency for the bunny? You bet. How about there? Okay, there's the frequency for the bunny, and we will leave that up as we head out. All right, thanks. We'll stick around for a couple of more minutes to see if you have any questions or chat. But other than that, um, any last words, Tyler?
No, I just get out there and have fun and be safe. Stay healthy.
All right. Well, while you're tied up in this lockdown, you may want to consider. I braved it to Lowe's yesterday to get a project to keep my 21-year-old son busy around the house so he wasn't bored. We both went, had masks and gloves on, and went to Lowe's. It wasn't very busy, but we were able to get what we needed. So you may want to consider building one of those tape measure antennas and having some fun. The offset attenuator that I use, which I can show you here. Let me show you. This is the one that connects, that I showed you, connects onto the bottom. The case can be 3D printed. You buy these for like 10 or 12 bucks, not the case, but the offset attenuator board runs on a 9-volt battery. You flip the switch on and it runs, and this is your kind of like your attenuator volume control. To turn the add resistance, attenuate the incoming signal so you can home in, and that's a good investment to get an offset attenuator. The one that Ted showed you is built all ready to go with the case from Arrow Antenna. This one comes as a built kit or an unbuilt kit. You add a 9-volt battery and a case or something to it. Some people put it in a piece of PVC pipe, and away they go. All right. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll look forward to
Looks like there might be one more question.
From Jeremy or from KI7, this one? Again from earlier, I have heard that going up to the third harmonic jumping up to 70 centimeters if you're tracking on 2 meters can work to attenuate as well. Have you tried that out? Well, we've got some hunting experts on. Larry or Richard Ulrich, you guys got any comments on that you could add to this? Not seeing any come in. Anyway, all right, thanks everyone for joining us, and you all have a great day.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Have fun.
Have fun. Stay safe.
Richard, on the offset attenuator, if you look at under the live stream, under the show notes or under the description, you can hit the thing that says show more. You'll see a link to the 2 offset attenuators, the one from Arrow Antenna and the one that was from Arrow Antenna, and then the one that I have is, I can't remember the name of the guy. I've actually talked to him via email before. I actually gave him the plans for the 3D printed case that we designed at Cache Maker. So you can find a link there for those. Thanks for joining us, Richard. Oh, I'm showing your desktop.
I'm going to unshare.
Okay, I'm going to kill the live stream.